So I start researching. I go like, and then it says something. It says something como it might be because of medicine that you're taking or something. You know, medicine that I'm taking. So I went out there and I started to. Well, let me look at the medicine I'm taking. I don't. And it made mention of something called Flomax or something. It said like something like Flomax. So I started to research Flomax, and Flomax is the general medicine for salicylin, something like that. So I went to see tamoxifen, but the medicine that I'm taking for infection causes
Yeah.
everything to dry up. I'm going like, huh? So while I'm on the medication, drying up. It's nothing bad.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like it's a horrible disease or anything, but I'm just dry and just weird, weird, and I couldn't imagine. But sometimes medication has those side effects. I wish someone would have told me that certain medication have certain side effects. No one told me. I didn't ask. One of the things when you go, I think it's the one that you picked up for me.
The one which one?
When you go to the to the pharmacy to pick up your meds, they go out there and they say, uh, "Have you taken this before?"
No, they just asked me.
Huh?
They asked me uh, if you want to know how to take it, and I said, "What's that on the bottle, right?" He's like, "Yeah, I know."
So I'm taking medication that dries my system. So now you come out, and it says there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the medication. Oh, that's right. That's just medication. Hey guys, have a great Friday morning. Um, One of the things that now it's kind of weird, but as you grow older, when you pick up medication at the pharmacy, they always try and ask you like, and all the time I go like, I don't care. I I don't care. As soon as I don't care, so I'll take the medication because it's just medication. But there are some medications like medication for infection that causes a disruption in in other things. So now I'm going to be a little bit more cautious when getting on medication, and and find out exactly what I'm getting myself into, because sometimes the cure might be more different, but might be worse than the actual disease. So I think next time I'm going to ask for the side effects of the medication that I'm taking, and I'm going to ask if there's something other that I could take in order to not disrupt my functions. Uh, I've been having, ¿cómo se llama? Le dice cuando te dan el cólico, cólico. When you get that, oh, I gotta go to the restroom pain. I had it yesterday, and I started to get it again this morning, and so me arranco el baño. I thought I was at the coffee shop this morning. I go to Las Casuelitas Tres, the ones over here on Jefferson, right across from the bus station. So I go there. I try to go there almost every morning, have my coffee, and then after a little while, then I start to eat something. Today I ate a little bit of pancake, just a little bit of pancake and some bacon, and uh, and afterwards, tenía que me dio el, uh. So dije, nah, let me just go to the restroom. Because one of the things that when you get older, when your body tells you go to the restroom, you need to go right to the restroom. You can't hold it in. Not that you can't, you don't want to hold it in because you hold it in and it affects your system. So de repente, like, arráncate el baño. I guess Papa's remedy for everything was right. Good morning, good morning, Lord. Papa's remedy de que cada vez que me duele la cabeza, vete a sentarte al baño. Me duele el brazo, vete a sentar al baño. Me duele el pie, vete a sentar al baño. Me duele la uña, vete a sentar al baño. That was the remedy that Papa had for everything, you know? I don't know if he was just so cheap that he didn't want to buy me medication, or actually, maybe, probably, it's like the miracle cure. Vete. Maybe it's the miracle cure. Chema, go sit in the restroom. So it sort of starts to make sense now. So now every time I get a little tingle, me arranco por el baño. Buenos días, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful morning in the city of Brownsville. I want to say yesterday we had the opportunity to go, and I want to say there was a meet and greet on Tuesday. Daniela Lopez Valdez had a meet and greet, or I don't know what they wanted to call it. The body knows when it needs. We just don't listen to it. Yeah, and again, when you're younger, you try to like suppress that all right, and maybe that's the case. But I I listen. I want to say, oh, before I go into Kathy's event, oh, Daniela Valdez had an event on Tuesday. I would have been there. I had planned to be there. I planned to be at every single meet and greet. I think Nelda's having one next week, and I will be there. It's an open invitation to the public, and you better be over there. I'll be there. So Daniela Lopez Valdez had one on Tuesday, but again, couldn't make it because I was still down and about. And I wanted to say that in case they're listening, she's listening. It wasn't a diss. It wasn't. I'm not going to go to yours. I'll go to all of them, except that those are my opponents. I will not go to Farley's. I will not go to the. I'm going to go to Tim's because he's a friend. I'm not going to. And Augie, I wouldn't mind going to Augie's. I'm not going to go to any Farley events because I know exactly what the system is. And I say that because of something that was mentioned yesterday during Kathy's meet and greet. You know, it's unfortunate, but it's a well known fact. We all know uh, when you are inside that little circle, that little game, you know where everything's coming from. You know where individuals are aligned, and it's really unfortunate. I think that this was mentioned yesterday. I think Kathy mentioned it yesterday at her meet and greet or her uh, campaign kickoff event. Um, it's unfortunate that these individuals have decided to receive money from Baltasar Salazar. It's really unfortunate, guys. And we know this. We know that Baltasar Salazar is supporting the candidates because he's hoping to come back to the district. And Kathy made mention of it yesterday to a certain degree. Actually, shared her experiences with Baltasar Salazar. Baltasar Salazar is a danger to this community, a danger to staff and to students. So, and I say this because look, guys, I know that a lot of folks out there, I know a lot of folks out there, es como un cólico, you know, it's como un cólico. You gotta, you gotta address it immediately. If you don't address it immediately, you run the risk of shitting in your pants, and that's what Baltasar Salazar is, shitting in your pants. And I say that because look, you don't have to like an Erasmo Castro. You don't. You don't have to appreciate what Erasmo Castro does for this community. You don't. I uh, I uh, I get enough gratification from the individuals who do appreciate. I get enough. So I don't need everyone I'm not a monedita de oro. I'm not a monedita de oro. This is not the my gold centenario. It's actually a Temu centenario. Isn't it crazy? It's el Temu. This is a Temu, and uh, I wear it because I love the centenario. It has Dad's birthday on the birth year, but I love the centenario. I don't wear the gold one except if I'm going like to a special event. I'm probably going to wear it today for lunch because going to go see some today. But I hardly ever wear it. Again, I wear it for special events. But the salsa is dangerous. And look, guys, you could be friends with Farley, you could be friends with Nelda, you could be friends with Minerva. More power to you. Uh, More power to you. It is unfortunate uh, that they have accepted the apple, the poison apple from Baltasar Salazar. It's unfortunate, really. It's a very sad day for a community because este, Baltasar Salazar is going to hurt the district. Baltasar Salazar is going to disrupt the district. Baltasar Salazar is not good for the district. And again, one of the things that again that is always asked by a lot of folks out there, especially especially individuals um, individuals that are focusing on one area of things that concern them personally. Let me clarify. If you're a teacher or a principal, well, let's say teacher. Probably, I think principals have other things. If you're a teacher, your concern is, I want more money. I want less students in my classroom. I want to stop going to all these in services that don't do anything for me. I want to have my weekends for my family. Those are the concerns. I think I want good health insurance. Those are the concerns of the teachers and staff, and I can appreciate that. Again, we can work together, guys, to make sure that all that comes into fruition together. But when you have Baltasar Salazar and other vendors out there that are buying off candidates like Nelda and Minerva and Farley, you're never going to get that. They'll promise you that. You're never going to get it. Guys, we are in a deficit of $26 million. It's been publicly made known. They say it's 22 or something or 24. It's 26. And let me say this. I might be wrong in regards to saying 26 because by now that amount could have probably gone up ever so much more. Ever so much more. We could probably, I think last night, I think Kathy or someone or Lucy mentioned 40 million. Maybe. If it has gone up, I would say it's a little bit over 30 million that we are in the hole. So teachers and staff, you're never going to get a pay raise, less students in a classroom, great health insurance. You're never going to get weekends or less in services and stuff like that. You're never going to get that while you keep in place the same individuals that put us in this deficit hole. It's not going to happen. We got to find out where we bled. We got to find out who was responsible. We got to cure that hurt, that bleed, that cut. We've got to cure it. If we don't cure it, we're never going to bounce back from the deficit, folks. Ever. If we don't fix it, just fix it. If we don't fix it, we're going to continue to suffer as a community. And that's what's unfortunate. When groups are created, it's not a good thing for the community. It will be a group vote, not an individual vote. The individual will not have any power. Someone else is running the show. So exactly, Royal is. And look, I appreciate Royal because Royal, he's a chess master. You know, teaches chess to our BISD students and to any other student. And an amazing an amazing uh, result getter. And it's a game of chess. And you've got to know, guys, who you're putting in what different position. But you don't look at this move. You have to go out there and look at 3, 4 moves ahead. If you're not looking, and Royal could correct me, if you're not looking 3, 4, 5 moves ahead, you've already lost the game because you have to dominate the board, not your little section. Acá, these 2 little rows. You have to dominate the whole board. And that's what we need to do. We need to focus on BISD as the complete board, not just aquí, my little lane, my little square, my 2 lines. Have to focus on the big picture. So I understand that teachers and staff, a lot of them are out there and they're concerned about their little square or their line. It's not enough. Good morning, Delia. It's not enough. We have to focus on the whole, on everything, everything. So that's what's unfortunate. And I mentioned about the Salazar and the other vendor, but Salazar is like the pinnacle. You know, you also have Linebarger and Purdue that are out there pouring money into the candidates' campaigns. Why do you all think, honestly, why do you all think that Purdue, Linebarger, Baltasar Salazar, why do you think that they're putting money into the insurance people? Why do you think that they're putting money into Farley, Nelda, and Minerva's, and probably Tim, into their campaign? Good morning, good morning. Why? Anyone? Because they care about what happens to your students. Teachers, you're educated individuals. Why would a vendor like Baltasar Salazar, Purdue, uh, Linebarger, the insurance people, why do you think, honestly, educated people, why do you think that they're putting money into their campaign? Because they want what's best for you as a professor, an educator, a teacher, a custodial worker? The answer is no. You will lose on the chessboard that is BISD. Because every time they make a behind the door deal, every time it hurts our students, it hurts our staff, it hurts our community as a whole. That's why I'm running. Thank you. I feel a lot better than I did earlier this week. I'm bouncing back. Thank you so much for your prayers and concerns. Thank you. They're brainwashed by the board. Yes. And again, it's going to be an interesting race, guys. And last night, Kati had an event. And I'm going to say it's interesting because there was a lot of people there. Um, and there was a lot of people there. I will say one of my opponents was there, Augie. I think his name's Agustin Anzaldúa or something I can't remember what his name is. He was there, and I meant to take the time to go out there and say hi to him and ask him how he's going. Didn't have the time. I'm sure he had other engagements and left. I did not have the time to have a chat with him. Hopefully, this next week we'll be able to have a sit down. And I concerned and wanted to speak with him again. I like Augie. Look at it. Yeah, I feel better. Happy birthday, Terry. It was Terry's birthday yesterday. I did have the chance to say happy birthday in person. We were at this event. There was a good number of folks out there, and I appreciate that. And uh, one of the things that I hope is that more individuals start going to these events because it is an open invitation to hear a candidate and also a good opportunity to go out there and just ask them questions, any doubts that you may have. It was a good turnout yesterday, and Kati was on fire, was on point. Uh, Spoke about a couple of things that I think were important. Um, she talked about her posters, and I say that because I actually thought, oh well, maybe she got her nieces and nephews or grandchildren out there to take a picture. No, these are children that were students of BISD, and their parents were there, and they were able to take a photo with Katia, and they put it on posters with, of course, with their consent and permission. But they went up on stage. One of the students, and she asked her, said like, "Hey, what did you feel about your picture being on the sign?" She goes, "I was excited," and that's what we need at BISD. We need excitement again. We need something different. We need for when individuals walk into a stadium or walk into a club, it rallies the crowd together. So one of the things that I'm hoping to do is uh, attend more functions, uh, which I had planned to do anyway. Attend more functions, especially a lot of the functions that go on down Lopez and Porterways. And I make mention of it because of a post that was sent in to me today in regards to the lack of administration, the lack of board members at the Lopez games, the Lopez cluster games. It's really unfortunate, and the reason behind it is something that I learned a long time ago from uh, politicians up at state. When I made mention, hey, nobody pays attention to uh, our community on the southern side of Brownsville. It's just a fact. It's really unfortunate. I mean, think about the schools that were closed. The schools that were closed were down Southmost Way. And the Southmost folks have been getting the short end of the stick for far too long. For far too long. And it's really unfortunate because a lot of the folks that are making these decisions to screw Lopez and Porter over, a lot of these folks, they came from Southmost and could probably trace their family back there in just a leap bound from your generation. I'm a product of Southmost. I grew up down Southmost. I lived with my grandmother on Reese Street. I lived with my parents, with my family, with my sisters down Tulipan. That's where we were born and raised. More Reese Street, 25, 25th Street, 27th Street. Ahí dejé mucho pellejo because I used to scrape my knees, cut my feet. A lot of blood and a lot of pellejo were left down Southmost. So I love the area. I don't go down Southmost much anymore, uh, but I love Southmost. I am Southmost. And because, well, everyone strives to better themselves. And it should be everybody's goal. I get a lot of crap sometimes because, oh, Erasmo, well, you're driving a Tesla. And we're like, you can drive a Tesla? I mean, it's not exclusive for Erasmo. It's not exclusive for other individuals. It's not exclusive. And again, I've shared this before, guys. Driving a Tesla is not as expensive as a lot of people think. It really, really isn't. It's for me. It's way more economic to drive a Tesla. Uh, I am paying less on my Tesla, guys, than my mom is paying on her Rogue. Less. I am paying less on my Tesla than my mom's assistant, who drives a Sentra. I think it's a Sentra, Nissan Sentra. I pay less. I could show it to you. I'm paying $518 a month on the Tesla. Anyone can afford Tesla, and it doesn't put you in a different socioeconomic a group out there. I'm hoping it puts you in a smarter little group out there. And I'm hoping, if the Lord permits, and I am able to finalize um, a purchase of property in the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping if that goes smoothly, that goes well. Uh, I'm hoping to buy another Tesla early next year if my finances can afford it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yep, you're against a machine that can only be stopped by the masses, which I don't see storming into the arena. Well, I'm hoping, Lalo, that in my race, I'm hoping that the masses will come out because it is a presidential election. The more Kamala and Trump go at each other's throats, I'm hoping that there's a lot more folk out there that are going to say, I'm going to go out and vote. And you could go out there and vote for Trump. You could go out there and vote for Harris. That's your call. Ya que estás allí, I want you to go out there and vote for Erasmo Castro, because I'm neither the Farley Elizondo side, and I'm not on the Nelda. No, not Nelda. Minerva, Tim. No, not Minerva. Damn it. I'm not on the Marisa Tim side out there that are probably being pushed by the majority on the board right now. Not. So as long as people come out and vote, which I think they're going to come out in masses, and Farley and Tim can pull from each other, and Augie takes some of Farley's people, I think I'm going to be okay. But I need my base. I need you, my base, to come out and vote, and to bring your family and friends out to vote, Lalo. If you come out and vote, you get your friends and family to come out and vote. We will win this race. We will bring the district back to serve the people and not the vendors like Baldassar Salazar, Linebarger, O'Hanlon, um, Purdue, the insurance folk. That's the way to win an election. Hey, Sam, good morning.
Hey, good morning, man. I don't know how good the internet will be around here, but
It
I
sounds
give it a
good.
try.
It sounds good. How you
Cool.
doing?
Good, good. Can't complain. Good weather.
Se nota ahí by the backdrop que estás aquí en Brownsville, ¿verdad?
No, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Wait, remember when that series on, I think a series on Selena came out, that they
On
had the
who?
border. Remember when that Netflix Selena show came out,
Yeah,
where they had like, estoy aquí en el border y tenían unas mountains.
yeah,
Este, that's what it looks like. Oh man, by the scenery, it looks like you're in Brownsville.
yeah. There's been several movies though that they'll put Brownsville and then around surrounded by mountains.
That's crazy.
I don't remember what was the other movie or the other show or whatever, but it was showing it as Brownsville being surrounded by mountains.
Yeah, I have not seen the mountains since I've gone to Monterrey. I have a question. What are you going to do if elected? I just get standard answer. Maybe I should ask, what do you hate about the board at this time? Uh, if that's my question to me is again, I'm going to be persistent in regards to getting an audit, an audit in those departments that are most needed. Those departments that are again chupando as to the funds that should be going to our staff and students. I'm going, and I'm not saying it because it's the uh, good get me elected answer. I'm saying it because I've been saying it for a while now. I said we got to find out what's happening with federal funds. We got to find out what's happening to special education monies. We have to find out why our students are being underserved. Because
Yeah,
the more,
there's so many questions around BISD. There's so many questions. There's I understand things have gotten more expensive, and but there's just way too many questions regarding how they with their money.
yeah, well, something's got to be done differently. Something's got to be done differently because what we have right now is not working. Let me tell you, I plan to visit every single school out there and see for myself how bad our facilities are, and see for myself what needs to be prioritized. Kati made mention yesterday that there's several schools still without air conditioning. I think that most of those have been fixed, and I appreciate that. Most of those have been fixed, and I'm hoping that more get fixed. Let me say before I go on, the boy Toy Sam took over Frankie Cougar datings. The majority of the people aren't philosophizing about incumbents, democracy, or either political to vote. They don't care about voting until it's time. Um, and I understand a lot of folks who goes like, well, how is it going to benefit or hurt me directly? These races with local races, those are the ones that have the greatest impact on you as a member of this community. Those are the ones that really, really hurt you the most. I mean, we all suffer from the decisions that the federal government makes and the state makes. The local elections, those are the ones that really kick you in the nuts. Those are the ones that hurt. Does anyone know what where Lopez is playing tonight or Porter is playing tonight? I'm planning to go to one of the games. Again, I feel bad that a lot of our uppity people are not attending these games. So I plan to make it and not just right now during election. I plan to make it a constant to go visit the clusters whenever there's an opportunity, like a football game or something. So I'm hoping to find where they're going to be at tonight, and I will be out there supporting our southwest area. And let me say, because a lot of people make it like, well, you're out here for votes. Look, it's well known that a lot of our folk out there, the most underserved here, don't have the opportunity to come out and vote because not so much because of their socioeconomic status, because of probably their legal status here in the United States. I don't care because personally, I don't care if you are on the higher uh, rung of the socioeconomic group or the lower one. I will do anything for anyone that is in our community, be they who they be, uh, and also what they can do for me as an individual. Why aren't there regular oversight of funds and expenses already? In fact, why ask? As if it's to keep government off of their backs and hush. Uh, Again, in a perfect world, there should be, but because everyone, como dicen, tienen cola que le pisen, a lot, very little is done. That's unfortunate. Um, Kati's event was a good event, good showing. Congratulations to Kati. It was a good way to kick off a campaign. I actually considered, was telling Juan, I said, maybe we should have one of these things. I don't like, and I don't like those little meet and greets where, you go out there. And I don't like them because people, it's a meet and greet. People already know Erasmo Castro. Why do I want to go out there and feed individuals who probably already decided who they're going to vote for? So I'm very not comfortable with having a meet and greet. There are enough meet and greets out there where I can meet and greet everyone, and I don't have to go out there and spend money on feeding people that only go out there. Well, not everyone, but most go out there just to eat. They gave me this tea, the ginebra, and I don't know what other crap. It's supposed to help flush my system. It's horrible. It doesn't have any sweetener in there. I need to put some sugar in it, one. I need something sweet in there. It just doesn't taste good. How about honey? Can I put honey in there? It just doesn't taste good. Honey is natural. It's not good. Last night, I was started off the show saying I was having issues with uh, discharging things from my system. I'm going like, what the hell? It's the medicine I'm taking. And I talked to the doctor. I think I'm having issues like going to the number two, and she said it's the morphine that they gave me. It causes, I guess, crap to harden up in there or something. I'm not. I don't know. And this morning or last night or this morning, no, this morning, again, there was a little bit of blood in the urine. Not like a lot, but enough. So I don't know if that's a good thing where it's flushing out all the impurities out there. I don't know, and I'm not going to call the doctor. I think I've seen the doctor more this week than I've seen my family members, and I want that to stop. People should be allowed to vote electronically. Yeah, that would be interesting. People should vote with their phones. New Year, what year are we? 1924. Sometimes it feels that. Guys, I've got clients waiting, customers waiting. I'm going to take care of my business. Then I'm going to go take care of myself, and I'll be back, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for standing by Erasmo Castro. I greatly appreciate it. It's going to be a good election, guys. Have faith that you, my friends, will come out and help. Guys, have a great day. Be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless.